All right, everybody, we are here with David Reinicke from AWN Inc., and we're excited to talk some warranty.
Warranty, exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff, right? There's nothing more exciting in the dealership
Very glamorous.
than warranty. So let's start. Just tell us a little bit about what you guys do for dealers.
Sure. So our company processes warranty claims on an outsourced basis for car dealerships. So basically, we replace the role of a warranty administrator. We have a network of about 400 warranty administrators that we can plug into a dealership, and the dealership can get a dedicated, experienced person in whatever brand they come to us. So Toyota, BMW, Ford, whatever brand. So we're really focused on helping dealerships get what they're entitled to, and making sure it's audit proof. So we want to make sure that manufacturers are really coming around and auditing heavily right now. So we're wanting to make sure dealerships are staying compliant with the manufacturer, and in the event that they get audited, which they will get audited, keep that money. So that's really what we specialize in, making sure there's quick turnaround warranty claims, making sure days to submit are low, first time payment rates are high. So that's what we do.
Yeah, and so it's not just that you're processing their warranties, right? Like
Correct.
some dealerships have their in-house warranty administrator, but typically that warranty administrator is also handling some other stuff. Sometimes they're handling multiple brands, right? And you have specifically trained people that are going to be handling their brand, right? They're going to see nothing, just like their technicians. They don't go from working on Toyota to Ford to Chevy, right? They know exactly what they're supposed to be doing on that brand.
Yep.
And that's deep expertise.
Yeah, it takes, you got to keep up with the policy and procedures, new updates to bulletins that come out. It happens all the time, every day, every week. So, our warranty administrators will really keep up with the brand-specific things that are coming out and what's happening right now in the industry for that brand. So, to your point, that's exactly it. I mean, you can't unplug a Mercedes warranty administrator and put them on Ford. I mean, it's just they won't know it. I mean, they can get through it, but they're not going to be as proficient. So.
Yeah, and so. And maybe this isn't as widespread, but it's certainly something that I've seen. Sometimes you have warranty administrators that are maybe a little too reachable by technicians or by service advisors, and you give them a little layer back, right? Where there isn't that technician going, come on, you just get me an extra half hour in there, squeeze me in there a little extra.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, we kind of try to remove that layer a little bit. I mean, we want to be accessible to our dealers and to our clients and to the technicians if need be. But really what we focus on is training them to do it correctly. So, let's not fix it on the back end. Let's not try to get those extra 2/10. Let's teach them what they need to do to give them that extra 2/10. Teach them to write a good story. Teach them to clock properly so that, that layer doesn't need to be there. The technician doesn't need to be coming in saying, hey, I need that extra 5/10 or whatever the case may be. If it's punched, if it's if it's claimable, we'll claim it as long as the story supports it. Yeah.
And so that's part of what you do is education for technicians, dealerships, advisors, knowing what's important. What are the things that each check mark that you need to put in there?
Yeah. So a couple of things on that. I mean, we do offer a training program where we go into the dealerships either remotely or in person. I prefer in person because it gives us the opportunity to go into the shop with the technicians. A lot of times it can be either in a conference room or loose format standing around, but really explain to them who we are, what we're doing for them. We're not adversarial to them, but here's the rule book we're playing by, right? And go in and educate. And to that end, we also have an application where we log things on a daily basis, compliance issues, who's doing the compliance issues, and again help train the dealership personnel on what to do and how to do it better. So resolving those root issues.
And that's the big point there, right? Is getting to the root of the problem, right? Not just correcting an issue over and over again, but actually getting to the root of it, training them so they have the knowledge to do it right in the future.
Yeah, you don't want to keep fixing the same thing every day over and over and over again.
Exactly. And so you mentioned audits earlier. A short word that's really big to dealers, right? And it's not a when or it's not an if anymore. It's a when.
It's a when,
right?
It's periodic now. I mean, I'd say in 2024, we probably out of 1,600 dealerships we deal with, we probably had 10 audits for the whole year. 2025, we had 90. 2026 already, so we're in through January here, and we already had 15 dealerships get audited. and it's going to happen again. I know certain brands that are hiring more auditors. Where they're touching only 10% of their dealerships every year, and their goal is to get to 100%, but they're hitting 70, 80% of their dealerships. And again, it's periodic now. They're going to come every 2 years. We had one dealership the other day. It was 2 years on the nose. So it's going to happen, and I just encourage dealerships to really inspect their processes now. Whether it's us or you're doing it in-house, I mean, something to look at today, so you're not 8 months down the road and then you're faced with, I should have looked at this, 8 months ago.
Right.
Look at it today, so you know what you're dealing with and the problems that you need to resolve. So.
Yeah, and it's not like an OEM is ever going to come in with their audit and never get any money back,
correct.
Right?
Well,
no matter, you hope.
We've had a couple of low ones.
Right. You can get little, right?
Yeah.
And that's the plan.
Yeah.
Right. Be aggressive enough on the front side of it, so that when that audit does happen, you give them back as little money as possible.
Yeah, and I would say, I was just on a call with a dealership that had their audit results today, actually. And as long as the dealership is showing, with most manufacturers at least, as long as they're showing that they're not grossly doing things wrong,
right.
I mean, mistakes are going to happen. So, certain things can be corrected, certain things can be a teaching opportunity, but, as long as the dealership's trying to do the right thing, I always see, most of the time, I see positive results in audits. So,
but. And that's really what the OEMs wanted, right? They don't really want to punish their dealers.
No.
But they do want them to do things correctly and to follow the rules.
Yep.
Right. That's all they're asking for.
Yep.
And the education that you give helps the dealerships do that.
Yep.
The fact that you have dedicated, trained people. I know when I was here earlier and we were talking, we talked about the fact that your admins are going through the warranty and policy manuals every couple of weeks to look for updates and things. That's stuff that you'd love to see it happen at the dealer level, but the reality is it's just too many moving parts that are going on for them to have time to do that.
That's another benefit to our company is, we have networks of warranty administrators for each brand, and they share information. So those 30 or 40 Ford admins that we have, they have a Ford team leader, and they kind of help each other out and share the knowledge so that everybody's kind of up to date on everything.
So you've got that community there and
they get to focus on the work, like you said earlier. Warranty administrator in a dealership typically does other tasks. Gets pulled off task from the warranty process, and with this service, you're kind of allowed to focus on just warranty administration. So.
Which is great, and it's such a great service for dealerships because it just takes a piece away that they don't have to worry about, and takes a lot of things away that they don't have to worry about. OEMs are not great about training the dealers with warranty anymore. The reps that used to come in used to be great. Now they come in and you ask them about warranty, and they're like, "I don't know. You want to buy some accessories?" They're not a help anymore, and the dealers need this resource because they can't keep up on everything that's going on and changing.
One thing we're going to work on offering, hopefully this year, is for our clients. We've been doing warranty roundtables. So if we have a group of 80 JLR stores or Land Rover stores, sharing the information that we're seeing out there in industry with that group of dealerships. So not necessarily, maybe not warranty specific, maybe it's just something we're seeing trending in that manufacturer, whatever the case may be. But we're going to start hoping to offer that up to dealerships that aren't our clients, so that we see this happening in our network of dealerships. So it's something you should also be aware of.
That's super valuable.
Hot button things to work on, right?
Yeah.
So,
wow, that's super valuable too. Obviously to your clients, but now to be able to offer it to people outside of your clientele, just great for the industry.
Yep.
What's your focus for 2026?
Focus, so audits, unfortunately. So, we're very proactive on our audits. So, we're also, it's something that we're working on to make sure that, again, dealerships are aware, but also our warranty administrators are aware, so they're doing the right thing on a daily basis as well. The other thing is technology. I mean, I'm not, we have a lot of things that we don't advertise in our company that we're using for technology for, automating tasks and, certain things to help our administrators out in their daily processes. I'm not a believer in replacement of people, but enhancement of people. So, we're providing tools that, will help our administrators be more, and our dealerships be more efficient on a daily basis.
Excellent. All right. Any final thoughts for everybody out there?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to speak, and it's always good talking to you.
Absolutely, it is. Love it.
All right,
David,
man.
thanks so much.
Of course. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.